Welcome back to From My Living Room to Yours. You'll notice I'm sitting in a different chair, in a different location, which gives me a different perspective on what I see. And we can get a different perspective in a lot of ways, although some of them are limited right now. I've been thinking a lot about this idea of getting a change in perspective because I did get away to a friend's condo in the mountains last week. It's a rental that's been empty for 3 months, so I felt safe in going there, and I basically didn't leave the condo except to go on a hike or two, cooked all our meals there, and so it was a way to get a change in perspective and yet follow the mandates of staying home. And while I was gone, a friend from Tucson escaped the heat and stayed here in my condo while I was gone. When we got back to each to our own homes, we talked a little bit, and she said, well, basically she stayed on my sofa the whole time. But she said, at least it wasn't my sofa. I've been on my sofa for 3 months. I mentioned this at a meeting the other night, and someone else said, we did the same thing. We uncovered a sofa in another part of the house so that we could sit someplace new for a change and have a different perspective. Being able to see things from a vantage point that's different from our usual setting is important. Not only does it give us needed relief from doing the same thing day in and day out, but it also allows us to see things we may have overlooked before. It's what the early followers of Jesus were getting at when they said, set your minds on things that are above, not on things that are on earth. Well, that's how the NRSV version quotes Colossians 3:2. But I think the version that comes from the Message does a much better job of pointing out what is really being explored. That version says, don't shuffle along, eyes to the ground, absorbed with things right in front of you. Look up and be alert to what's going on around Christ. That's where the action is. See things from Christ's perspective. So you might start small by sitting in a different chair or standing on a different bluff as you look out at the beach. But try getting a new perspective this week and see what you notice. Until next time, be humble, be grateful, be kind.